Hey nerd family, and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look to see what's actually on Cinemax. If you saw one of the previous videos, we took a little look into seeing if Cinemax is still worth it. Now that they announced that the Cinemax Go or Max Go is going to be leaving as of July 31st, which at the time of filming this is about a week from now. By the time you see this, there'll probably only be a few days left. But in that video, we took a quick look to see how many things you could find elsewhere. Some of the content that's over on Cinemax or Cinemax Go is technically over on HBO Max, so is it really still worth it is what we took a look at in that video, and we did determine that it really was not worth it. But in today's video, we break down exactly what's on Cinemax Go to tell you if it's still worth keeping after they decide to cancel Cinemax Go. Before we get into it, I'm going to go ahead and roll that intro, and I'll see you back here in a second. Alright guys, welcome back. I hope everyone out there is staying safe and staying healthy. If you haven't already checked out thenerdcircle.com, make sure to head over there and check it out. You can also follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle. Make sure to head down to the description. We do have a new links section where we have a lot of new links for you guys to check out, one of which is our Buy Me a Coffee. So if you do want to help support the channel here, where you can head over to buymeacoffee.com/thenerdcircle, and there's some options there for you to help out. So if you would like to, you can go over there. There is no obligation, but we do of course appreciate the help to help us continue to grow here. Now we do also want to thank our subscribers. If you are a new subscriber from the last video, you will see your name scrolling across the bottom. We again want to thank all of our new subscribers as you're helping us continue to grow. And you will see your name scrolling across the side for all of our subscribers. Again, we want to thank all of you as you're helping us get to where we want to be. Our next milestone is 500 subscribers, and we're definitely on our way there, so make sure to keep subscribing. And thanks again. If you guys do like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. And if you have not yet subscribed and you'd like to do so, make sure to go ahead and subscribe so that way you don't miss any of the future videos. Alright guys, if you did not see the last video, you may want to go check it out, but we talked a little bit about how on July 31st of 2022 here, they are going to cancel Cinemax Go, or Max Go as it's referred to in some places. It was the way if you didn't subscribe to cable that you could still get Cinemax content on the go. Now, about 2 years ago, they pulled the apps from any app stores like Google or Apple and most other devices as well. When HBO Max came out, they didn't want any confusion, but you're still able to watch it over on the website, and you could subscribe through other services like Amazon channels, Apple channels, Roku, things like that. But they are now going to be canceling the whole Cinemax Go. Now, we don't know yet if that means it's going to cancel on Amazon channels, Apple channels, and places like that. Time is going to tell in the next week or so here what's exactly going to happen, but we know that you won't be able to access it on the website at least. So you're really not going to have that much way to access it, especially if they pull the plug on Amazon and Apple and everything else, unless you subscribe to cable. So we don't know what their exact plans are going forward, keeping it with cable, or if they're going to eventually cancel it altogether, sell it off, or merge everything into HBO. Time's going to tell what's going to happen. Today we take a look to see what's actually on Cinemax and is it worth continuing to subscribe for the $10 a month. So this here is the Cinemax Go website. So when you come up to the website, it does show you what they have. So we're going to first start to take a look here, and you can see that it does say that the Cinemax Go will no longer be available starting July 31st, 2022. Now, it does for some odd reason still allow you to order Cinemax. So if you click the Order Cinemax button, it does show you their content. Of course, it's going to give you the option to subscribe through cable first. But then it does give you Prime Video, Hulu, Apple TV, and Roku. So I'm not sure if they're going to keep those. They technically are Cinemax Go, so I don't know if they're going to change the branding and still allow you to subscribe through those as if they're cable. Time is going to tell, but again, it's still $9.99 or $10 a month for what we're going to cover here today as what's still on the service. So if you browse Cinemax's website here, you can do series, you can do movies. So we're going to first start with the series since it's a bit quicker because there's really not very many series. Alright, so you see here under series, it does show that they have 7 series currently available. But half of these, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head which all of them, but at least half of these, I believe it's 4 out of the 7, but we do take a look in the previous video and go over them, that are over on HBO Max, so you don't really need to come here to watch them. So that does take away most of those series. Some of the other 3 that are left you can get across a few other services as well, so that is something to keep in mind. You may find them over on Amazon or Tubi or things like that, so you may still be able to find them elsewhere if you don't subscribe to Cinemax. Now, while we are looking at the series here, I do want to quickly jump over to Hulu and show you that there is something a bit odd, because this is Cinemax directly showing the 7 series that you can watch through Cinemax. Let's head over to Hulu. So you can see now we are over here on Hulu. Of course, it tells you $9.99 a month to subscribe to it, but it lets you see what's actually on the service. And we did select over on series, and you do notice that there's more than 7 series over here. There's actually 9 that show up. And I believe the different ones are the Mike Judge Presents Tales from the Tour Bus and Strike Back. Now, if you are wanting to watch these shows, you may have to subscribe to Cinemax through Hulu over here. But let's just take a quick peek. So if you want to watch Mike Judge Presents Tales from the Tour Bus, it looks like they currently have 2 seasons. If you want to watch Strike Back, well, it looks like they don't really have it anyways. It might be smoke and mirrors. But I did take a quick peek to see if you could find those elsewhere. To confirm, neither of them were over on HBO Max, so we hopped over to JustWatch.com. JustWatch.com shows that there is 2 seasons of Tales from the Tour Bus here. It says you can watch it on Apple TV. It does say Max Go, that we obviously know that it doesn't show up on there. It does say Roku, so you may have a chance of watching it on Roku, but it shows only 1 season. So right now it seems like Hulu might be the best option. That's if they continue to keep the Max Go over on Hulu. If you guys do find this show elsewhere, please let me know in the comments down below. And then we took a look at Strike Back over here. Now, obviously, as we saw, it looks like Strike Back wasn't really over on Cinemax on Hulu either. But as we look here, it does show that there is 8 seasons. It does show there's 7 seasons on Apple TV, but again, you have to buy that. It does say you can stream it with DirecTV. Obviously, we know Max Go doesn't have it. And it does say you can stream 1 season with Roku. So again, mileage may vary there, but tell me down below if you can find it elsewhere. So just based on the series alone, that you can find a good majority of them over on HBO Max. Obviously, some of them look like they are just kind of lost and forgotten. You may be able to pick them up in some random places, but most of them are going to be gone. But seeing as how there's only a total of 7 to begin with, and at least half of those are over on HBO Max, I wouldn't think that strictly just sticking around for the TV series is worth $9.99 a month. Let's go ahead and take a look at the movies. Alright, so here we are back over on the Cinemax Go website. We're not going to scroll through every movie. I believe I did scroll through it in the previous video, so you can take a look there. But we did do a count here, and at the time of filming this, of course it could change slightly, but there is 320 movies. So first, for starters, do you think $9.99 a month is worth it for a possible 7 TV shows that you can get some elsewhere, and 320 movies that you can get a good majority of them, as we'll continue to see here, elsewhere? What do you think? Now let's continue to see what we can find elsewhere. Since I subscribe over through Amazon Prime here, we use JustWatch.com to take a look and see what it shows that if you subscribe through Amazon Prime, what movies are on there. So we know directly through Cinemax Go had 320 movies. If you do subscribe over to Cinemax Go through Amazon Prime channels, then there are a total of 289 movies. Now, we did take a quick scroll through here previously in the other video, so if you want to take a look at that, you can. But you scroll through and you can see what movies they have A through Z here. Now, of these 289 movies, this is what we took a look at to see what can you find elsewhere. So we went movie by movie to see where you could find them. Now, we're not going to break down where each movie is, but we're going to give you the numbers as to what do you need to subscribe to Cinemax for and what can you find elsewhere. So of the 289 movies that are on here, you can stream 175 of them on other services, whether it be HBO Max or somewhere else. Now, when we say to stream, we do mean free streaming, not if you're going to buy it from somewhere, because some of the other movies that are on here you can buy elsewhere. We didn't count those. We're just talking about either a free streaming platform like a Roku or similar, or if you do subscribe to something, let's say a Netflix or HBO Max or something, but you can obviously, when you subscribe, you get those movies included. So that's what we're looking at here today. So with that in mind, looking at these, like I said, 175 movies from this 289 can be streamed elsewhere. And a good majority of those are HBO Max, but some of them are other services. I do recall only one of them being Netflix. The others were mostly free services. So with that being said, that leaves only 114 movies that you potentially can only get on Cinemax Go at this point in time. And only 2 TV series that you can't stream elsewhere, not including Tales from the Tour Bus that you have to subscribe to Cinemax Go through Hulu. So when you break this all down, is it really worth paying $9.99 a month for a potential 114 movies and 2 TV series that technically only have 1 season each? I think not. I don't think it's worth it. Now, who knows where they're going to continue this. In about a week or so, we may see that Cinemax Go on Hulu, on Apple, on Amazon, on Roku, they could all be shut down, along with it being shut down on the website. We don't know exactly what they're going to do, so all of this could really be pointless. You may have to have cable to subscribe going forward, and they may eventually cut that out too. Time is going to tell what's going to happen here. But for those of you that are still subscribed over to Cinemax in some way, shape, or form, I really think even if you have cable, it's just not worth it. It's not worth the $10 a month when they have very few things on there. And if you're someone who wants to have the latest and greatest movies, that's not going to happen either. As of right now, at the time of filming this, the newest movie that they have is about 1.5 years old. And it's not even a big blockbuster movie. So you're not going to get anything new. You're not going to get new TV series. So what's the point? As I said in the previous video, if you didn't see it, I could see maybe this being a $3 a month service because there's some value to it. There's still some stuff on it, but I don't think it's worth $10 a month. You guys tell me down below, what do you think? If you haven't already, my personal opinion, I would cut the tie with Cinemax. If there's something you want to watch, go ahead and watch it, and I would move on. Subscribe to HBO Max. You're going to get a lot better value, and or pick some other service that your $9 or well, $10 can go into. Alright guys, just want to give you a little extra bonus here. So we do like, of course, justwatch.com. It's great to be able to get all this great information. But if you are unfamiliar with Plex, Plex has some great tools built in. They did come out with some new features recently, the Discover features and the search features. So we're going to head over to Plex and take a look there, just if you are unfamiliar with it. Alright, so here we are over on Plex for desktop. So now when you have the search box up top, you can see we typed in 28 Days Later, which is one of the movies that was over on Cinemax. So when we search for it here, it is going to pull it because I have it in my library, so it first shows media library. But as you scroll down, you can see free on demand, and you can see this section that says more ways to watch. So more ways to watch is going to show us where else we might be able to find that movie that we're looking for, in this case 28 Days Later. It does also give us some similar titles that we may be looking for with that search. We're going to click 28 Days Later, and when it comes up, we can see a lot of things here, but we can see that it's also on HBO Max. So it gives you that ability to see where else you can watch it. So if you are trying to see, well, what's on Cinemax, where else can I watch them, like we did here for you today, then you can see that this is on HBO Max. You can also click over here and you can see the other services. So it is available to stream on these services, and you can buy or rent it on these services. So it gives you that great information. Now, if you're not currently using Plex, you have to, of course, set all these things up, and you have to choose your preferred services for it to be able to show these. So you want to make sure you do that. If you guys have not set up Plex, you're not using Plex, and you want some how-to videos, let me know down below, and I can definitely put those together for you. Now, just as a secondary search here, since it does show us 28 weeks later, we'll also take a look at that. That was another movie that was over on Cinemax. And as you can see here, also on HBO Max. So it's just a great option to be able to see. And Plex is also great because it gives you all these other great benefits. You can add it to a watch list. You can watch the trailer, Of course, it keeps track of if you watch things, you can give them ratings. It gives you all this information here. It gives you the synopsis and director and the cast, reviews. So all sorts of different things. Plex is a great platform, a great tool if you're building your own media library, or now with the new features of it searching across all these different platforms. If you do subscribe to a lot of other streaming services and you want to be able to see what's on all the streaming services with just one unified search, then this is a great option. So if you're not already using Plex, it may be something to look into. It is free to join, but of course to get some of these extra bonus features, you do have to have a paid subscription. But they do have some great pricing, and they do have a one-time pay that I would look into. The price may be different when you subscribe, so I'm not going to really cover the pricing at the moment, but you can pay a one-time fee instead of your monthly or annual fee. It's probably better if you're going to be in it for the long haul to pay that one-time fee and have it as a lifetime subscription. That is what I did years ago. So just a quick taste of Plex. We did make a previous Plex video going over some of the new features, so if you haven't checked that out, I'd go check that out. If you guys do want to see more Plex videos in the future, if there's something particular you want to see me cover in Plex, definitely let me know down below and I will put those videos together for you. But I just want to kind of give you a little quick bonus, a little quick taste here of how Plex is also a great tool similar to JustWatch.com, where you can see what is across all these different services. And with our comparison today, seeing what's on Cinemax and where else you can stream it to really not need Cinemax, it really helped us out here. So wanted to pass that along to you guys, and hopefully it's beneficial to you. Let me know down below if I helped any of you. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something out of it. Make sure to stay tuned for more as this Cinemax story unfolds here, and as we see what's going to happen with HBO Max, Discovery Plus, and Warner Brothers Discovery. Alright guys, but that's all I got for you in today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. It definitely helps us out as it lets YouTube know who likes the videos and who to recommend them to next. You can follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Nerd Circle for more. You can head over to thenerdcircle.com. Make sure to leave your comments, questions, or concerns down below. And if you haven't already subscribed and you'd like to do so, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified of any new videos to come out. You can also follow the links on the screen to the older videos. And until next time, guys, stay nerdy.